everybody, and welcome back. So today I have a very long awaited video, at least from my side, and that's making DIY like colored powder or like dye powder from roses. So here I have a bunch of dried rose petals that have been sitting in this container for I think a year almost, maybe even more than that actually. No, definitely like a year. So it's been a very long awaited video and I'm definitely looking forward to making dye powder out of this. And my plan right now is to just use my grinder. This is a coffee / espresso grinder from Hamilton Beach, and my parents love using this for their tea masalas. I, on the other hand, wanted to use it for rose petals, and the problem is this tea masala didn't really clear out very nicely. I'm scared that there still might be some residue from, or that might affect the dye, but so far it doesn't seem. I did clean it out as much as I could, but there is still some water here and there. I really hope that doesn't affect the dye powder, because if it gets wet we're kind of screwed, you know. So I'm gonna start off by just sorting through everything, just because, you know, it still may not be super clean, but it could be like, you know, 90% clean. I really gotta find out where the water is coming from though. I have a hunch that it's from this area. Yep, definitely from this area. Because there was some water that got into these areas when I was washing it earlier, and I think it's definitely the major source of the, you know, general like water that's like leaking in here, but most of this up here is like dry. So I think we should be okay. Hopefully. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and start off by just generally sorting through all the rose petals I have. You know, my workspace isn't like too clean today. It's just somewhat clean. I haven't gotten the chance to like deep clean it since school ended, but oh well, it is what it is at this point. These rose petals, by the way, smell so good. It's actually insane. I am a little bit worried that because they are dry, the powder will not be as vibrant. Like, for example, in some of these, they're more vibrant than in other ones. And technically, I actually should have even more flower petals somewhere, because for my graduation, I got a bunch of flowers, and they have kind of dried up. I don't know if we still have them, though. I haven't really paid attention to them after, like, the first 2 weeks. So I will say though, these smell amazing. I'm just looking for any leaves that might affect this process, and I will probably sort them into colors. I think, oh, there are different colors in here, yes. I remember we had one yellow rose and the rest of them were like purplish or more red. So that's probably why certain colors are more, you know, yellowish purplish compared to more pinkish or purplish. So you know what, let me just really quickly see which ones seem more yellow and just put them to the side for now. Or actually I could just grind them all together and see what color that forms, because I don't really have a set color in mind that I want these to turn out as. So let me just, there's one leaf. I have also had this worry that there may be some like bugs that got in here. Hopefully that's not the case, because that would be kind of terrifying, but oh, there we go, some leaves. Okay, that's everything. Man, am I gonna have to like sweep my room well after this. But yeah, there seems to be not that many leaves in here, which is really nice. Very convenient for me, actually. Yeah, most of these seem to be flower petals, which is good. Okay, that means we can go ahead and get right into the grinding, because there's not much else to really do. I really hope none of these molded. That one I have a doubt on, so I'm gonna put that to the side. These all seem very crisp though. They had been dried in the sun like for days before I put them in this box. So ideally, they should not be molded, but if I have a doubt, I'm just going to tear them and put them to the side. They have, some of them might have like little white spots on them, and I don't really know what they are. I'm just gonna assume that they're like some sort of, I don't know, maybe possible mold thing, and just rip them off and put them to the side. They smell really good. I'm so sorry I keep saying this, but they actually do smell so good. It's insane how good they smell. Like for actual roses, I think that actual roses smell nice, but not as nice as this. I think this smells even better than actual like fresh roses. Because they still have that like grassy smell to them when they're fresh, but when they're dried up, the rose, like the sweetness of the rose smell really gets through to you. Much more easily. Okay. I think these are good now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out my grinder. Only problem, I don't know if the cord is long enough to reach all the way up here, so I may have to do some maneuvering. Let's see. You know what, I'm just gonna put all of these back in here and take it all the way to my ironing table down there from when I was making my perler bead, what are they called? My perler bead things. I don't know what they're called in the end. I just call them perler bead creations, whatever things. Thingamabobbers, I don't know. Stay tuned for that though, because I will have a perler bead video coming up soon. Since I have a lot of perler beads left, and I'm really into them recently again. So that'll come out really soon. Dang, how the hell did I fit all of this back in here? Like, the first place. I just kind of smooshed them down, I guess. I'm trying to get most of the whole petals and not the little like dusty pieces, because I kind of want to just leave them out at that point. Okay, we are getting there. I'm also just gonna leave these over here and take this with me because I do want this with me over there. I'm just gonna wipe this up. Okay. I'd say that's pretty well contained, yeah? Okay, I'm gonna leave this like right there just for reassurance. And let's get going over to the ironing table now. Welcome to my floor where I have my ironing board set up. So yeah, hopefully you guys can see this really well. But I got my grinder ready and I've got our trusty dusty, emphasis on dusty. Just kidding. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by just getting some of the fewer larger pieces from the top. I don't want to overflow this. So I'm gonna try and keep the number of, actually let me switch these up so you guys can get the better view of the grinder. Okay, looking pretty good. I think that's a good amount to start off on. We do have more room though. Oh, I did not get a container for this. Should have done that. I will maybe get like, oh, the open, like this. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. Is it locked? Which I do appreciate. Ooh, look at that. But that's actually kind of pretty. The smell has intensified. But it's still very coarse. So I'm going to keep blitzing this. And maybe at the end I might have to do like a really big, just to like really get all of it ooh. Okay, it's still kind of like settling. So let's let that settle for a bit. Okay. You know, it's looking pretty good. It's still not as fine as I would like it to be, but I'm just going to let it be for now and transfer it to a bowl of some sort. Problem is, I didn't bring a bowl of some sorts. So I'm going to go look at my craft bin. I probably have something in there that I've just been keeping there. that I can probably use. I have found something. So I found this box. You guys can't see it yet. Hold on, let me get seated. So I found this box, which I think is pretty good to hold everything. So I'm just gonna put this in here and hope for the best. Okay. What I learned is that I can probably put way more flowers in here, so I'm gonna really pack it this time. The added pressure should also help with the overall grinding to make it a little bit more finer, because it'll be constantly like pressing up against the blades. I really gotta pack it in there. Oh, no. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here and close the lid. Okay, there we go. It's contained. Way to go. And it's locked, so let's try our luck. Oh, it's not fully locked, is it? There, okay, I think it is. Nope, it's not. It's not even. There we go. Okay, now it's good. Oh, dang. Okay. Okay. Since the roses like to kind of spring up, my method of really stuffing them in didn't work, so let's try again. Should be good for now. Oh, I'm gonna let it settle. I'm gonna open it a bit just to introduce some air in there. And then close it back up just to let it settle down. Okay, we're good. Again, it's a bit coarser than I would like, but I will do a final pass at the end, so I think it's good. It is a bit coarser than our last one, as you can see, comparison. This is current one that we just did, and this was the previous one. I do think the previous one was smoother, but I don't mind it being smoother since we're gonna grind it all up in the end anyways. And to be fair, a coffee grinder is probably not gonna, like, I also kind of want to see, oh wait, let me finish my thought from earlier. A coffee grinder is probably not gonna do as smoother of a job as a regular grinder would, to be fair, because coffee grounds are typically coarser in texture, but I don't think I mind that. I think it would be interesting to see how leaving the powder coarse would affect the pigment in the end. So maybe I'll do 2 batches. I'll do one with more coarser grounds, and I'll do one with a more finer ground powder, and we'll see how they compare in the end. Continuing to grind this. I'll speed this up for you guys.
2,000 years later.
So far I've got all of the roses now officially grinded up into rose powder. And I've decided I'm mostly just going to leave this coarse for now. If I want, I can always make it finer. So I'm just going to leave it coarse for now. And my machine is heating up like crazy. So I'm actually going to unplug it and let it sit aside for some time, just so it cools down. I really don't want this to like overheat or something because it feels very warm. So yeah, for now, I'm just gonna let this be as is. I'm gonna make a paper funnel. Ooh, this one's not cleaned. Oops. But this one is though. I've got a few bottles from some of my old medicines that are cleaned, especially these ones. And they're very cute. I've been saving them for a special occasion because they are glass, or at least a very thick plastic. So, they're mostly glass. Yeah, they're glass. So these ones actually had my star paper in them, which is just like graph paper that I cut up into strips. So I'm going to take these out and replace them with, yeah, this one's cleaned. This one, oh, ow, okay. This one unfortunately is not cleaned, so I'm going to put this aside. And I'm mostly going to fill these bottles up. I'm going to start off with this big one since I haven't grounded them finely at all. So I'm going to actually pour this back into here because I think this box is not going to be... Okay, let me readjust here. Oh, you guys cannot see anything I'm doing. Okay. It smells so good in here, but it's also very strong. I really don't want this powder getting too much into my nose. Maybe I should invest in a gas mask, man. Like a filtration mask. Probably would be handy. Anyways, now that I've got this in, I'm just gonna like pour it into a funnel. I'm just gonna quickly make one using some random piece of paper that I have. Okay, pretty good. Now I'm just gonna quickly do this side just so it's taped up. Find the opening there. Great. Now we're set. So I'm gonna put this back in here and use our handy dandy little shovel, scoop, cap, thingamabobber. Oh. And we're already like halfway there, guys. So it's going by pretty fast. And since this is just fabric, I can just, you know, I think another capful is like good enough. No, we still have space, so I'm gonna fill this up even more. There we go, that should be good. So I'm gonna top off the cap so all the excess comes out as best as it can. Clean up the edges real quick, cap it up, and our rose powder is in the bottle. So I'm gonna repeat it with this one as well, and I'll probably need another bottle, but I won't use that one, I'll just use a different one. Or actually, if I figure out that I can probably grind this up really really finely. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna actually steal this thing's cap again and just continue to use it because it's so efficient. This one has this type of cap, which is probably gonna get some of the rose petal powder stuck in there. But that's okay. Oh, and it's already almost full. So I'm gonna just do a little bit more. Okay, I think that's pretty good. No, I can actually hold a bit more. I underestimated it. Okay, that should be good because this cap actually goes from the inside. Let me do the same for this. Maybe that'll help it settle. Well, that definitely helped it settle a bit more, but still has a problem. So let's add a little bit more. As convenient as it is, it's also very inconvenient to use. Okay, we're good. Technically, I could fill this up even more, so let's do that. I am kind of scared to overfill it though, just because I don't want the cap to have a lot of petal powder stuck in there, but oh wow. This is a messy process, guys. Okay. Pour a bit out, tap it so it settles in. And we're good. I will say though, I should wear a mask, but I'm not. I really should though. Okay, I'm gonna go look for more bottles. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got more of these bottles, but their labels aren't taken off. So I'm not gonna do that right now. I'll try again later. For now, y'all just will have to imagine that they don't exist and I'll blur them out for you. Okay. Let's get going. Okay, let me just tap this over here. And wow, it like really settled in really fast. Okay, so that's bottle number 2. Very exciting. And now we're gonna go to bottle number 3. We don't have that much powder left. So what I'm gonna do is however much powder is left in here, I'm gonna regrind. I think this is, okay, it's definitely cooled down a lot by now, the machine. So I think we can do a bit more of a finer grind and put the rest in there. I did say I wasn't gonna use it, but I'm gonna use it. Because I'm running out of the bigger bottles. Oh my goodness me, that was kind of crazy. I keep dropping them, jeez. Okay, that's pretty good, I would say. Oh, maybe that was too much, actually. Got kind of carried away. Okay, I kind of fit too much in there, so. Hey, it still worked. That means I can probably fit more in these as well, so. Let me do that. I'm gonna try fitting a whole cap in. You know what? Maybe we don't even need the the 4th bottle. Oh my god. And suddenly it's super hard to use this cap. Okay. Pretty good. I'm gonna wipe the edges real quick and cap it. And that's the 2nd bottle fully filled. And this one still has way more space, so quickly gonna fill this one in as well. Also, while I'm at it, let me just really quickly brush all of this back in. Oh, there's some on the floor. I'm gonna ignore that though. It doesn't exist. Let me see if I can use this piece of paper. Oh, that works way better. I will mostly have to vacuum this up, but fine with me. Okay. That should be pretty good. I'm gonna pull my shirt up so it blocks my nose. Oh yeah, we can definitely fit this into everything else. Okay, I think that's good. Gonna give this a bit of a tap and cap it. And that's the third bottle done. Let's add some more in here. Actually, I think the rest of this will fit in here, hopefully. Praying. Really patting to get every last drop in here. I think that's it. Oh my god, guys, it fit so perfectly. That was amazing. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get out of this. The rest are kind of just in there, but you guys can see not much is stuck in there. So most of it actually went in here perfectly. So hey, pretty good in my books. And yeah, now we have very coarse rose petal powder. Anyways, I kind of want to make labels for them, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I make labels for them? Let me know in the comments below. I definitely think I should, huh? But yeah, for now, I'm gonna let these be. Because low-key, I'm getting tired. It's like really late at night. So you know what? I'll see you guys tomorrow if I want to make more labels for these. But if not, I think I'm going to call this a day right here. So in total, we have 4 bottles of this amazing thing, this amazing powder. And I think I'm going to call this a day. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you do want to see me make the labels for these, because I got a few ideas in mind, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! My hand is ginormous. Holy shit. Okay, bye.